Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Om Vishnupad Param Spravarajikacharya Ashtotar Sadasra Srimad Abhaitarnar Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Samasta Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanand. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nastapayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtiki. Hare Krishna. Okay, welcome to today's Bhakti vaibhava class. Everyone, please drink water and make your seat belts tight. We are going to fly. You should be responsible for yourself. Huh? There will be accident. So that's why be careful. Yes. 50 slokas today without no extra time. We'll try. Because real important section is over already in this chapter. Some story will be coming. Okay, that's not so important. Not so important means important points are not there. Story is important, but important points are not there. So that's why you should sit in the flight, airplane. At least Mataji was desiring to sit in airplane. So today we'll fulfill her desire. Sumati Mataji's desire. Till 15 sloka is over. Initially, actually, yeah, till 20th sloka, 20th verse, we have some discussion. Then after that, we'll go quickly. So till now, what is said? So karma. So how to remove the sin? How to clean the sin? Destroy the sin? So for destruction of the sin, so karma atonement is not the right process. So reasons also is given. Why? What are the various reasons? Because there is the root, from the root it is not going to clean, and avidya is there. Then after that, next solution what is given? Vimarshanam means gnanam. Gnanam is the solution. For that he asked to practice gnana sadhanas. By practicing gnana, so sin is good extent is clean. It's like venu gulma iva analaha. Venu gulma iva analaha. So that means like the bamboo bushes, when you burnt it, so by the fire they are burned, but the roots are not completely destroyed. So that's why they will be sprouting back once there is a rains. So similarly, so that's why Parikshit was not happy with this answer also. Then what the solution is given by Sukadev Goswami? So he said that next method is so kechit kevalaya bhaktya, kevala bhakti. So it will destroy all the sins, bhakti. So actually, bhakti, how many types Jiva Goswami is telling? Basically, two types. Santata, Kada, Chitki. Santata is two types. Asakti Matra Yukta and Ragamayi. And Kada, Chitki. So, three types. What is that? First, Raga Bhasamayi. So, and Tad, Tat, na? Tatyakta. Sarupa Bhuta. That means Sarupa Tatsunya. Tatsunya Sarupa Bhuta. So Sarupa Bhuta Bhakti without Raga. So that is also done only for moment. And final one is what? So Abhasa. So out of this, Abhasamaya Bhakti. Abhasamaya Bhakti itself is having the full power to destroy sins completely. And what to speak of others? So Abhasamaya Bhakti can destroy all the sins. And Bhakti Abhasa itself is a powerful thing. So for that, we are going to see a story. So the glory of the Abhasa Bhakti is being explained through the Ajamil story. Okay, that we are going to see. Before that, he is also going to tell. So Kadachitki Ragha Bhasa Mayi Bhakti glory also. So he is going to mention in the 19th sloka. Okay. And Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya. In this sloka, what kind of bhakti is said? Kechit. Five se kaun mein? Among four, five? Which one? Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya. So among five, so which bhakti it is? Sakti Matra Yukta Bhakti. So okay. So asakti matra bhakti yukta. Among this abhasa bhakti is the lowest one. That itself is having the full power to clean all the sins. Then what to speak of other bhakti is? Okay. So 16 sloka. Na tatha hyagavan rajan puyeta tapa adibhi yata krishnarpita prana tat purusha nishevaya. Vipin Purandarpu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandat Pranam Prabhuji.
Ah.
16th one.
Ah.
My dear king, if a sinful person engages in the service of bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learns how to dedicate his life unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. One cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and the other methods of atonement I have previously described.
Yes. So what is said here? So what is the main point we have to understand here? So previously, what is said before bhakti, which sadhana is said? Gnana sadhanas. So by the gnana sadhanas, also sin is destroyed, but here it is compared the sin destruction through gnana sadhana and the bhakti. So what is said here? One cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and so and other methods of the atonement I have previously described. That means by bhakti, so one's sin is completely destroyed. But by the following the gnana sadhanas and by following the so atonement, one will not be fully purified. So how gnana sadhana purifies? So how gnana sadhana purifies the sin? Actually, one is purified by following gnana sadhanas. How this process happens? Tell me. Anyone? No, but the process. Uh, huh? How gnana sadhanas are clearing the sin? How it is happening? With example, इसलिए फ्लाइट में नहीं बैठ पा रहा हूँ मैं आप लोग जल्दी बोलिए आंसर प्रभु yeah but that is okay but here
No,
in our book in this chapter what example is given?
Prabhu, it is like how the sin will be reduced by the jnana. When one can following the jnana, his knowledge will be increased. Then after his sin will be, when his jnana will be increased, then his sin will be clean. That is like one is diseased, gradually it will be reduced.
Whoever is deceased, so by regulating his food, patyam means regulated food. By taking regulated food, automatically diseases are cured. That is the way. Okay, very good. So now 16th atrapi papa prashamane tuchayeva vastuni bhakti devyaha vinyoga anuchita iti bhakti shastra tatparya vignana matena swabhimatena अन्यमतापेक्ष पूर्वकमाहने इति कृष्णार्पित प्राणः तत्पुरुष निषेवया Anyamatha. Akshepaka. Purvaka. So what is said here? Krishna arpita pranaha tat purusha nishevaya. That means who are fully dedicated to the Krishna. So by serving to the Lord, the way they are cleaning the sins, so that is not happening by the other sadhanas like Jnana sadhanas, tapadis. Here, they are not actually using Bhakti Maharani to exclusively to clean the sins. No, because engaging Bhakti Maharani for cleaning our sins is also is what? Is a kind of, it's not offense, but so if you commit sins on the strength of the holy name, then it is offense. But Bhakti Maharani, if you use for cleaning the sins, that means tuchya vastuni bhakti devyaha vinyoga anuchitaha. It is not appropriate actually. So one should not use. But what will happen by practicing bhakti automatically? So all the sins are cleared. So their intention is not cleaning the heart using the bhakti, but their intention is only service to the Purusha, Purusha Nishevaya. So that is the point you should understand here. Krishna arpita prani papa karmana mam samuchita siksha dandanartham narake patayatu na patayatu va sa eva me gatihi tasyaiva iha tasyaivaham ityatmanah eva samarpanena Naraka pratikaramapyakuruvan Suddha Bhaktiman ityardaha. So here Krishna Pita Pranaha is described how? That means he is fully submitting, fully surrendered to the Lord. That means, of course, he is a sinful person previously. And he is not at all bothering about going to hell or not going to hell. So, oh my dear Lord, so you may send me, of course, I might have committed so many offenses, so many sins, not offenses, so many sins. So you may give appropriate punishment to me by sending the hell or may not sending to the hell. So that's not a problem for me. So, but you are only my destiny. Aham, that means I am belong to you only. Atmana, like this, they are fully so submitting themselves to the law. And naraka pratikaramapyakurvan, they are not having any so mentality of removing the sins by using the bhakti. So the word Krishna arpita pranaha is indicating that the devotees, even they are not desiring to use bhakti to destroy their sins. They don't bother. So whether they may get the, so even if they are not at all bothering. So they don't say no or they don't say yes. Just completely neglecting about the so previous sins. So Lord may do whatever he wants. He may give punishment and may not give punishment. I don't bother, but I fully surrendered. I fully surrendered to the Lord. I am belonging to him. So like this, they have this kind of consciousness. That means naraka pratikaram api akurvan. So I should clean my sins. This kind of mentality is not there. Naraka pratikaram, and if they were previously very, very sinful people, now they got association of devotees. After that also they don't think that, oh, I did pass so many sins, so I may go to the hell. Now let me clean my all the sins and let me first work it out on that. Then after that, so that I will be saved from not going to the Naraka. So like that, they don't so endeavor for such a remedial process from the bhakti. They always do Shuddha Bhakti. Anyabhilashta Sunyam means even you should not think that by using bhakti, I will clean my sins. This is also Abhilasha. And so that I will not go to hell. What is the meaning of Anyabhilashta Sunyam? That is. So no any other desires. Krishnarpita pranatvam katam syat. So how they can offer themselves to the Lord? By service. That is possible by the service. Just saying I am belong to you, and so he is enjoying himself. This is not the surrenderance. Surrenderance means so fully serving the Lord. Surrenderance, how it happens? So fully, dedicatedly serving the Lord. So Tat Purusha refers to Mahaseva. Mahasevam Dvaramahur Vimukte. Devotional service is necessary not to drive away and significant stock. Devotional service is necessary not to drive away an insignificant stock of sins, but to awaken our dormant love for Krishna. A fog is vanquished at the first glimpse of sunlight. One's sinful reaction are automatically vanquished as soon as one begins serving a pure devotee. Write the meaning of Krishnarpita Pranaha based upon VCT. This commentary. Write the meaning of Krishnarpita Pranaha based upon VCT's commentary. Papa karmanam mam samuchitasi. That means Papa karmanam mam. I am a sinful person. So for giving appropriate punishment, so you may, so he may send to me hell or may not send. He may throw me into hell or may not throw. But he is only my destiny. And I am belong to him. So in this way, so they submit themselves. And they never endeavor to take actions to not to go to hell, but they always do pure devotional service. This is the meaning. Next, two. Satyenukampam Susamikshamaana. Brahmaji. Sadrichino hayam loke panta kshemo kuto bhayah Shushila sadhavo yatra narayana parayana. The path followed by pure devotees who are well behaved and fully endowed with the best qualifications is certainly the most auspicious path in this material world. It is free from fear and it is authorized by the Shastras. Sadrichinah ayam means this path of devotion is the best path, and there will be no fear. So devotees follows this path. That is nothing but bhakti yoga. This is most auspicious path. Definitely, this path of devotion is best. There are no fear of obstacles in this. So this path is followed by whom? Shushilaha Sadavaha. Shushilaha Sadavaha means what? Whoever is following the path of devotion, they don't have any fear of helplessness, fear coming from the helplessness. For in the case of Gnana Marga, so the practitioners, they have fear. Fear of what? They are alone. There is no mercy of the Lord in the Gnana Marga. And they may fall down at any time. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsah Sangasta Shopajayite. So by getting the constant association with the material objects, Gnanis, they may get back their material desires. And because of this, and also they are not at all helped by Supreme Lord. Because of this, they may get fear. So, but in the case of devotees, this fear is not there. Because Lord is there, yoga kshemam vahamyaham. That means if anyone is doing ananya bhakti, Lord is immediately taking care of them. He is always so following that devotee and protecting him. And also sadhavaha. Sadhavaha means in the case of the karma marga, so while the sadhakas in the karma marga, they will be getting the enviousness. Because of this enviousness, so that means in the karma marga, if you are getting a lot of wealth, others will immediately get the other karmis, they will get enviousness. So that danger is there. And out of that enviousness, they may kill you also. If you are becoming more and more wealthy, then he will kill. So that's why that fear is there because of the enviousness. So in the karma marga, there is a fear. And this kind of fear is not there in bhakti. There is a difference between the jnana and bhakti and karma. Mayavadi generally allege that bhakti path is for women and illiterates. This is a groundless accusation. The bhakti path is followed by the most learned scholars such as Goswamis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanujacharya. There are the actual followers of bhakti path. Regardless of whether or not one is educated or aristocratic, one must follow in their footsteps. Mahajano yena gatah sa panthaha. So Prabhupada is also writing here, Sushilaha Sadhavaha, well-behaved saintly persons. But there is nevertheless so Mayavadis may be Sushilaha Sadhavaha, but there is nevertheless some doubt about whether they are actually making progress. On the other hand, those who follow the path of Acharyas are Susila and Sadhavaha. But furthermore, their path is Akuto Bhaya. Okay, this point you should understand the difference between the Bhakti and Gnana and Bhakti and Karma. Akuto Bhaya. Next, Prayaschittani Chirnani Narayana Parangmukam Na Nishpunanti Rajendra Sura Kumbhamiva Paga. My dear king, as a pot containing liquor cannot be purified even by if washed in the waters of many rivers, non-devotees cannot be purified by process of atonement even if they perform them very well. By Prayaschitta, so Narayana Parangmukam, so Na Nishpunanti. That means these atonements will not purify. Whom? The person who is not a devotee. O Rajendra. Sura Kumbhamiva Pagaha. Like cleaning the liquor pot. Pot containing liquor pot. Okay. So you have to take points from here also. Huh? So how Gnana, Bhakti and Karma. So what is the question I told? Compare the compare the performance of Karma, Gnana and Bhakti in eradicating the sins. For this, you should take points from this. How many marks I gave? 10 marks. You should write from all these lokas also. Here also. Somewhere it is coming. Points are coming from here and there. You should note it. Here also it is coming or not? Prayaschitta is atonement, it is said. In the previously, so tapadi bihi. So that is also telling. Even one is non-devotee. So yes, if they are performed nicely, they are not going to purify. Why Bhakti only purifies, others will not purify? What is the problem? What specialty is there in Bhakti? What is the really mechanism happens? Huh? Tell.
Avidya is not destroyed by man.
Avidya is not destroyed by? Why Bhakti is doing this much? And Gnana and Karma not doing why? Vipini Purandar Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In Prithu Maharaj section, we have learned that Jnana and whatever the margas are there, it cannot remove the false ego. Only Bhakti has the potency to remove the false ego and situate the soul as a servant of the Lord. So there we have read, and it has the potency to remove the false ego completely.
But we learned that Gnan ki talwar, so with the sword of knowledge, the Brahmanandis, that means whoever is following the Gnana Marga, so Gnanis, they are cutting the knot of Ahankara with the sword of knowledge. So what about that? And they are becoming Jivan Muktas. They are liberated souls. There is no bhakti there. Cutting or not? Yes. Jivanmukta, how they will become then? This knowledge is not cutting the sword of knowledge is cutting the ahankara. It is said in the Uddhava Gita also.
That was also given before that. Even to not to get attached to sense gratification. Sorry, just coming to the point. Liberation is the highest purushartha. Sorry, not highest purushartha. To attain that, we have to come above the sense gratification. But above liberation is also bhakti. And with that bhakti, we can cut the knot of false ego, as it has been given in Pritumara's section. So Jivan Mukta means a stage of liberation. But above that, there is also bhakti, where we swadu swadu pade pade. Devotee is always relishing the pastimes of the Lord, by which he can be situated properly in the mellows of the Lord.
Any comments? Jai Gopinath, yes.
It's not a common rule, it's another thought. Bhakti is the Shakti of the Lord, where the other margas are not so. So it has that potency. And it is in the transcendental platform, it is in Sutta Sattva. The other marga can take one up to the level of Sattva, but even to go beyond that, one needs Bhakti to go to Sattva. So Bhakti only can do so much because it is Sutta Sattva, beyond the modes.
Bhakti is only taking us beyond the modes. Prove it.
In Jnanamarga, one can come to the platform of Sattva, like this Jivan Mukta stage, even to the Jiva to get liberated, it needs Bhakti. Otherwise, it will not achieve that. So the Jnana Marga depends on Bhakti to achieve its perfect result of getting into the Brahman. But Bhakti is not so. It is independent, and it is the Shakti of the Lord.
Bhakti is a Shakti of the Lord. So this.
So it can deliver a person, and it can give a place in the spiritual world also.
What is that actually? Yes, everyone is saying right answer, but you can also explain even more. Actually, in the Jnana Marga, the Jnana Yoga, what happens? You know the mechanism. Jivatma, Paratattva Jnana Bhava, attacked by Maya. Then it is making this Jivatma so to forget himself by what? By giving the covering. What is that covering? Avidya. Then after that, this Jivatma is thinking himself as a body. Viparita Gnanam. Viparita Gnanam it is getting. thinking himself body. This happens, this all you know. So, in the Jnana Yoga, what happens? Jivatma is there. This is the avidya, and this avidya will be there eternally with him. Eternally with him means, so till the time it is not destroyed, that means till the liberation, it will be there. This avidya covering is there. And once the creation starts, then it is given with the gross and subtle bodies. And who is tying up this Jivatma with gross and subtle body? There is one more, false ego. This mechanism. So by using Jnana Yoga, what we are doing? We are only, by Vidya, this avidya is contracted, is destroyed. Then it is getting the covering of Vidya covering. Vidya is also out of Maya. And with avidya is also out of Maya, Vidya is also out of Maya. Vairanga Shakti only. But this Vidya is covering is finished. We see, it is known as Jivan Mukta. When Jivatma is surrounded by Vidya, is known as what? Jivan Mukta. This Jivan Mukta, Jiva is also not safe actually. That means all the sins are out. Avidya is out means all the sins. But the problem is what? It is covered by the Vidya. And at any stage, so this Jivatma may commit offense towards the devotees or Lord or anyone. Then it doesn't have any bhakti. This Jivatma didn't do any bhakti. So because of not sufficiently having bhakti, these offenses will not be contracted. So once again, it can develop back what? Material desires. Once again, material desires can come back. So that's why in the process of Jnana, what is happening? So Vidya, till Vidya only we are going. But to remove this Vidya, who is doing? That can be done by only Bhakti. Bhakti only can do that. Okay. That's why Jnana Yoga is not a powerful method. So in the Bhakti Yoga, what is happening? In the Bhakti Yoga, so this Jivatma is this subtle and gross bodies all, or avidya will be anyway removed, and all these bodies are transformed into spiritual. It is getting the spiritual bodies all spiritualized all. So that's why in this process, everything is spiritualized. Okay, it's spiritualized. Finish. Then that's why this is the mechanism happens. In the case of karma, what? In the case of karma, nothing actually. You see karma, so nothing is going to happen. Only Jivatma will be there, avidya will be there, this. So ahankara also will be there, everything will be there. So whatever some sins you did, so those sins are rectified, that's all. But even avidya will be also as it is. Avidya will be there. But here avidya is removed in the case of Jnana Yoga, but vidya is surrounding, which is also out of Maya.
When avidya is removed, what is the possibility of committing offense?
Anytime he is standing and Vaishnava is going, he didn't pay obeisance, he is seeing everything Brahman. Offense.
So the root of offense is not avidya?
No. It is on the soul level. Offenses are on the spiritual level, not on the material level. Okay. So that is a point. So that's why Vasudev, what he did in his samadhi, anything if philosophical point means, you should remember व्यासदेव समाधि. समाधि में क्या देखिए एक्चुअली? What did he see in the samadhi? Bhakti yogena manasi pranay samyak pranayite malam apashyat purusham purnam mayam cha tadapashraya. Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam triguణात्मकम paropi manute anardham tatkritam chavipat anardhopasamam sakshat bhakti yoga madhokshaja. This is the original philosophy. Before writing Bhagavatam, what he saw, this is the fact he saw. Jivatma is Atmanam Triguణात्मकam. Jivatma is covered by the avidya and thinking itself as body. Atmanam Triguణात्मकam means he is considering himself as body. This is anartha actually, unwanted thing for the Jivatma. Then how this can be destroyed? Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adhokshaje. By the Bhakti Yoga. He didn't say there Jnana Yogam, Karma Yogam. No. Main root cause is avidya for all the sins. Next, Sakranmana Krishna Padara Vindayo Niveshitam Tadguna Ragi Eriha Nateyamam Pashabrutascha Tadbhatan Swapnepi Pashyanti Chirna Nishkruta. Although not having fully realized Krishna, persons who have even once surrendered completely unto his lotus feet and who have become attracted to him, to his name, form, qualities, and pastimes, are completely freed from all sinful reactions. For they have thus accepted the true method of atonement. Even in the dreams, such a surrendered souls don't see Yamaraj or his order carriers who are equipped with ropes to bind the sinful. What is said here? Although one is not fully realized, but persons who have even once surrendered completely. This is what kind of bhakti out of 5? Tell me. Key. Yes, tell me. What is your name, Prabhu? Modi. Murali. Acha. Sorry, bro. Murali. I am Venu. You are Murali. Mike.
There is two types of bhakti, which is
No. This is what kind of bhakti? Tell me. One word answer. No.
Spontaneous bhakti, and other one is that.
No. This is what kind of bhakti? Tell me. Okay. Who will tell? We discussed 5 kinds of bhakti. Yes, Prabhu.
This is a kadachit ki bhakti comes category. This is, and this is even though abhas sunya, abhas rupa bhakti also. You will not see.
Okay. Mataji, Sumati Mataji. Sumati Mataji volunteering. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think it is Abhas Rupa Bhakti.
Abhasa?
Yes, Prabhu. Even if one he hears.
5th one.
Yes, Prabhu.
5th one. Absolutely wrong answer. Key. Mike.
So third one. And the Kodachitki, this is Raga Bhasamai. Raga Bhasamai.
Raga Bhasa Mai. Very good. This is the right answer. So Raga Bhasa Mai. So we have to see the story for the Abhas Rupa Bhakti. Now we are here hearing glory of Raga Bhasamai Bhakti. And we already heard about Asakti Matra Yukta, so Santata Bhakti. Okay. So even Raga Bhasamai Bhakti is also, that first he told Kadachit, Santata. So Kevala, that means Santata Asakti Matra Yukta Bhakti he told. Anyway, that can do. Are Parikshit, what to speak that? Even lower than that. This Raga Bhasamai also can completely purify. It's so powerful, you see. So completely purify all the sins. Even so, they cannot come into the, that means whoever is doing this Raga Bhasamai Bhakti, and if they are seeing in the path, in that path also Yamaraj and his servants will not dare to come. Wow. Such a power is there in this Raga Bhasa. Abhasa, it's not Raga. That means it's Ratya Bhasa. It's not real Rati stage. Because why it is not Rati? It is looking like, that means what you see in the sloka, what is said. Sakrut Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayoh Niveshitam. That means heart is fully absorbed. His mind is fully absorbed in the lotus feet of the Lord. So full absorption of the mind in the lotus feet is looking like a Rati, Bhava stage. But why don't we consider it is as a Bhava stage? Because what is the difference between this stage and Rati, Abhasa and Rati? What is the difference?
It will be constantly. And
very good. That is the point.
Rati Abhas will be at once.
Only one time. Yes.
One time.
Sakrut and Asakrut. Sakrut means one time. His heart, his mind is absorbed in the lotus feet of the Lord only for one time. So that's why it is not considered as Rati. Rati means constant. So that's why, how can you say it is Rati Abhasa? Because this absorption of mind is not there for constantly. That means all the time, again and again. So that's why it is not Rati, it is Ratyabhasa. That is the way you should decide. Ratyabhasa. We have only 5. It cannot be. So Raga Sunya. So that means Raga Sunya Sarupa Bhuta. Because here heart is absorbed, na? Then how can you say it is Raga Sunya? You cannot say that. It's not also Abhasa. Because heart is absorbing. Then it's not at all. One time it is said. That's why it cannot be Santata. Then what is remaining? Kadachitki Raga Bhasamai Bhakti. That's way you should decide. Jiva Goswami classified bhakti in these 5 types. There is a purpose actually. He wants to magnify the glory of the bhakti. So he want to show the glory of the bhakti. So that's why he categorized in such a way. So you can understand glory of the bhakti very nicely. So what he is saying here, tell me. Ragah atra ratyabhasaha. Sakrut shabda prayogat. Jiva Goswami is saying. Here raga means ratyabhasaha. Why sakrut shabda is used? That means one time only there is attachment. So that's why it is ratyabhasaha. Sakshad rato satyam asakrudeva. That means if someone is in the fully rati, then asakrut means again and again mind's absorption will be there. Okay. Atresham purvebhyah uttamatvam. Purvebhyah uttamatvam. Bhaktyabhasa sadbhavena yamadina. Bhaktyabhasa sadbhavena yamadinam tad dushtipatepi gantum ashakyatvat mahaprabhava rupam darshitam. What is happening here? You see the meaning of this sloka? Nate yamam pasha brutascha tadbhatan swapnepi pashyanti. Actually, alternative reading is there. Huh? One second. Tadgunaragi yair. Even in their dreams also, this Yamaraj and the servants of Yamaraj will not come. Okay, Vishwanath Thakur's comment we will see. Natra bhakti bhuma pipekshaniya ityaha. Kim punar asakrut bhakti bhuma api upekshaniya ityaha sakrudapi. Are there is no need to do bhakti again and again. So to get clean off his sins, only one time. If mind is absorbing in the lotus feet is enough. So only mind is enough. There is no need of. So all other ears, nose, tongue, engaging other senses also not necessary. Only mind. Even that mind which is fully attached to the material things, even that mind is also okay. There is no need of completely cleaning of mind. So he took differently meaning actually, you know. So here gunaragi is what? Mind. So gunaragi means mind which is attached to the material things. Even that kind of mind is enough, which is fully attached to the material desires. There is no need of. So mind which is completely free from the material desires. And swapnepi, so even in the dream, swapnepi kim punaha sakshat tavat matradhyana dhyanena eva. So just in the dream also, if he swapnepi, he is bringing towards this actually. Swapnepi bringing to, that means in the dream he is so engaging his mind in the lotus feet of the Lord, not directly. Like that he took Vishwanath Thakur. Then what is the full meaning? Are what is the need of engaging mind again and again? There is no need of again and again. One time, even that to mind, there is no need of other senses. And that mind also fully attached to the material things. And that kind of mind, in the dream, there is no need of direct dhyanam. In the dream, if that mind is absorbed in the lotus feet of the Krishna, enough. So then that kind of person will not see Yamaraj and his not in dream, in any time. Even in dream also you can take that. You can use only one place, na? Two places you cannot use. Swapnepi already used. So Chiranam nishkrutam prayaschittam yehitai. अत्र सकृद् इत्यादि पदैः कस्यचित् शुद्धभक्तस्य that's up to you, Prabhu. It's Anvaya you can take anyway. So Prabhupada is also correct. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is also correct. Jiva Goswami is also correct. And you are also correct. Right. One time is enough. Not again and again. Mind is enough. No need of other senses. Mind. So what kind of mind? So even attached to material things. That kind of mind. No need of purified mind. Even attached to material things. And what is next? So even in dream, no direct meditation. Even in dream, so this mind absorb in lotus feet of the Lord. Then what happens? Absorbed in the lotus feet of God. Now all the sins are purified. Are purified, and he will not see Yama and his servants. Here one point we should understand. One point. What is that? तत्र सकृद् इत्यादि पदैः कस्यचित् शुद्धभक्तस्य दैवात् पापानां पौनः पुण्ये अपि दैवात् पापानां पौनः पुण्ये अपि उत्खात दंष्ट्रोरग दंशानामिव तेषाम् किञ्चित्करत्वात् कुंजर शौच वत आक्षेप विषय भावो अनुचित एवा. But here one may get doubt actually. Sometimes some are pure devotees, but Daivat, because of the Daivat, that means because of the Lord's will, what happens? They might be doing the sinful activities again and again. They might be doing sinful activities. So then what you should say? Are he is pure devotee and he is doing the sin. So that means bhakti is also like kunjara socham. Bhakti is also like karma. It is not able to purify all the sins. Like that, you can put finger on the bhakti or not? You can put. Bhakti is Pure devotees, they are doing again and again sins. It is possible or not? In the case of pure devotees, you can see bhakti, they are pure devotees and also doing the sinful activities. So that means why they are doing this sin? That means they are doing the sin means, like in the case of karmis, after doing the atonement also they are doing the once again sin. That means, so then that's why you said karma is also kunjar socham, like elephant bath. So similarly now, after doing the pure devotion, still they are doing the sinful activities, means bhakti is also kunjar socham. It's not cleaning completely. Can we say like this or not? Pure devotees means Ananya Bhaktas. Ananya Bhaktas, sins again and again they will do or not? Huh? No. Why they don't do? Ananya Bhaktas, they do again and again sin or not? अरे sin करेगा भाई, क्यों नहीं करेगा? नहीं करेगा. They are doing Sakshat Bhakti 24 hours. So such a people, because of the Lord's will, can they do sinful activities or not? He can do. Otherwise, apiche suduracharo bhajate mam ananyabha. It's not that the previously is doing. He is doing sinful activities and also he is doing the ananya bhakti. That means what? So ananya bhakta, he can do sinful activities also. So then based upon this, you should say that bhakti is doing and also doing the sin. So the bhakti is also kunjar socho. Bhakti is also is not able to clean the sins. You can say or not? But you should not say. It is possibility there, but you should not say. Why? Because those sins, whatever they do, they are like a snake is there, and if you remove the poison from the leaks of the snake, even if it bites, no problem. That's why that is the way. That means Ajamil purified all his sins by first time holy name when he took at the time of Nama Samskarana, Namakarana Samskara to his child. So at that time itself, all his sins are purified. But still, that means after the next also he had intercourse with that Sudrani again and again. Many times he had. And also he did stealing, robbery, everything he did for the last 5 years. In the last 5 years of his, that means after giving Namakarana Samskara, what? That means Ajamil completely purified, completely stopped the sins. He is purified, but his sins are there. So that's why here you should understand that. So by showing that life, that means last 5 years life, that means before Vishnu Dutta's meeting. So in that 5 years time, so even you are seeing his sins are all purified, but still he is doing the sins. That is because of the will of the Lord only happened those sins. But you cannot put finger on the bhakti. So even by doing the bhakti also these sins are there. So one is doing sinful activities. So such a akshepa you cannot do. You should not do. You should not blame bhakti. Because apiche suduracharo sadhureva samantavya. He is sadhu only. Understood? Sri Charan Das? Huh? No. Okay, I am explaining again. आप लोगों को कहाँ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. So devotee is there and he is doing so he purified all his sins. He is a pure devotee. Pure devotee. And now what happened? So because of the will of the Lord, he is committing again and again sins. He was pure devotee because will of the Lord, so he started committing offenses. And these not offense, sins. And these sins are like, so like the leaks of snake without poison. Without poison. Okay. So then what will happen? So what we are saying here, by seeing these sinful activities in his pure devotee's case, you should not say that. So bhakti is also like karma. That means kunjara saucham. Kunjara saucham means how karma is not able to clean the sins. Like that you should not say. So you cannot say that bhakti is also like. So you cannot say. You cannot say bhakti is also like karma kunjara saucham. Because in the case of the Ananya Bhakta or pure devotee, even if he commit the sinful activities, he should be considered as sadhu, like that Krishna told. So that's the point. You should not put a finger on the bhakti. This should not be done. Bhakti is also like karma. Bhakti is not able to do, because out of the Lord's will he is doing the sins, this pure devotee. And by seeing these sins, he's doing the devotion also. He did pure devotion, and after that, because of the something, so will of the Lord, he left all that bhakti and he is doing the sinful things. And by showing those sinful things, previously did so much bhakti. You said that by doing bhakti, everything will be finished. But why he's doing still sins? So that means bhakti is also waste. So such a thing you cannot say. Okay. Next.
Ananda Bhakta. Definition of Ananda Bhakta means 24 hours engaged devotional service. 24 hours. So what time, which time out of 24?
He's endeavoring, Prabhu, to do. So
that will be considered Ananda Bhakta.
Sometimes he falling for the sinful tendencies.
One should not understand, literally take that means 24.
Yeah, I'm going, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, whatever you explain now, so this is in case of Ananya Bhakta only, right?
He is a pure devotee. Not in our case.
Yes. Thank you.
Parishit Maharaj has inquired from Sukadeva Goswami. Purport I am reading. So how can one be saved from falling into various conditions of hellish life? In this verse, Sukadeva Goswami answers that the soul who has surrendered to Krishna certainly cannot go Naraka, hellish existence. To say nothing of going there, so even in his dreams, 29th page I am studying, okay? His dreams, he doesn't see emeralds or his other carriers who are able to take one there. In other words, if one wants to save him from falling into Naraka, hellish life, he should fully surrender to Krishna. The word Sakrit is significant because it indicates that if one sincerely surrendered to Krishna once, he is saved, even if by chance he falls down by committing sinful activities. Therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Apiche Sudura Charo. What is the main point is, Apuche Surachara point, why it came? It came for this reason. Atra sakrut ityadi padaihi kasyachit suddha bhaktasya. So how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is taking? So you see that, try to understand the sloka meaning. In the sloka, what is said? So this person is, some person is there and he is doing. So that means one time his mind is absorbed in the Lord and not again and again. So by seeing this much, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur considering that, oh, he is a Suddha Bhakta, and because of some Lord's arrangement, so he is only one time he is able to absorb his mind, and now he is not able to. So that means he is not able to put his mind in the Lord. So not able to absorb his mind in the Lord. So that point, so he brought, and because of the Lord's will, he is committing the sinful activities now. Guna ragi is also said, na? So he's committed to the, he is interested in the material objects. So that means he is assuming that it can be, that means pure devotee, that chance is there. Initially he was pure devotee, because of Lord's will, now he is not able to follow that pure devotion and committing sins. Then in that case, can you say that because of the committing sins again and again, so here also bhakti is not functioning? That means bhakti is also like karma. Bhakti is not able to clean all his sins, and that's why he's doing again sins now. That avidya is there. Can you say like that? You cannot say like that. That is the point he's bringing actually. So because, so Lord is saying that apiche sudurachara bhajate ma mananya bhak. So that means he is the ananya bhakta and sudurachari also, but he should be considered as sadhu. Right, VCT's commentary on what is it? 6.1.19. Three. Atra chedah atra chodaharanti atra chodaharanti atra chodaharanti mam itihasam puratanam dutanam vishnu yamayoho samvadastam nibodhame. So in this regard, learned scholars and saintly persons describe a very old historical incident involving a discussion between the order carriers of the Lord Vishnu and those of Yamaraj. Please hear of this from me. Now you are going to hear one story about how the bhakti is cleaning the sins. So you are going to hear a story. Next, Kanya Kubje Dvijah Kaschid Dasi Patirajamilaha Namna Nashta Sadacharo Dasya Samsarga Dushitaha. In the city known as Kanya Kubja, there was a Brahmana named Ajamila who married a prostitute maid servant and lost all his Brahmanical qualities because of the association of that low class woman. So this is a Brahmana actually. What is the village name? Kanya Kubja. It's a city. And this Brahmana married a one Sudrani, maid servant, prostitute. And because of that, he lost all his Brahmanical qualities. Next. Vandakshaihi kaitavaschai chauryair garhitam ruttima stitaha vibrat kutumbam masuchir yata yamasa dehinaha. This fallen Brahmana, Ajamila, gave trouble to others by asserting them, by cheating them in gambling, or by directly plundering them. This was the way he earned his livelihood and maintained his wife and children. How he used to maintain his life? So Then he started, that means he left all his Brahminical activities and started stealing, robbing, and cheating the others, gambling, and like that he was maintaining his family. Evam nivasatastasya lalayanasya tatsutan kalotyagan mahan rajan nashtasitya yushasama. My dear king, while he thus spent his time in abominable sinful activities to maintain his family of many sons, 88 years of his life passed by. Tasya pravayasah putra dasatesham tu ye avamaha devamaha balo narayano namna pitroscha dayito brusham. That old man Ajamila had 10 sons, of whom the youngest was a baby named Narayana. Since Narayana was the youngest of all sons, he was naturally very dear to both his father and mother. So 10 sons, and after that, one is the 10th one, youngest. His name is Narayana, and he is dear to both mother and father. Sabadda hrudayastasmin narbake kalabhashini nirekshamanastallela mumude jarato brusham. Because of the child's broken language and awkward movements, old Ajamila was very much attached to him. He always took care of the child and enjoyed the child's activities. So Ajamila was so much happy with these small boys' activities. Next, Bunjanaha prapiban khadan balakam snehayantritaha bojayan payayan mudo navedagatamantakam. When Ajamila chewed food and ate it, he called the child to chew and eat. And when he drank, he called the child to drink also. He used to drink and usko pilao. In his plate while he is eating, so making him to sit near the plate, and so he's also feeding. So always engaged in taking care of the child. And how his world was, how old are he was? 83 years old, 84. But 88, from the beginning, if you take 5 years back, he should go. Now it is 88. That means now Narayana age is also 5 years. Always engaged in taking care of the child and calling his name Narayana. Ajamila couldn't understand that his own time was now exhausted, that death was upon him. Saevam vartamanogno mrutyukala upastite matim chakara tanaye bale narayana hvaye. When the time of death arrived for the foolish Ajamila, he began thinking exclusively of his son Narayana. Ante Narayana Smriti. So next, Sa Pashahastan Strin Drishtva Purushanati Darunan Vakratundan Urdvaromna Atmanam Netumagatan Dure Kridanaka Saktam Putram Narayana Havayam Plavitena Swarenochair Ajuhava Kuloendriyaha. Ajamila then saw 3 awkward persons with deformed bodily features, fiercely twisted faces, and hair standing erect on their bodies, with ropes in their hands. They had come to take him away to the abode of Yamaraj. When he saw them, he was extremely bewildered, and because of attachment to his child, who was playing a short distance away, Ajamila began to call him loudly by his name. Thus, with tears in his eyes, he somehow or other chanted the holy name of Narayana. Swarena Uchchaihi, that means with a loud voice he chanted Narayana. But Plavitena means so tearful eyes. So then, Nishamyamriya Manasya Mukato Harikirtanam Bharturnama Maharaja Parshadaha Sahasapatan. My dear king, the order of carriers of Vishnu, the Vishnudutas immediately arrived when they heard the holy name of their master from the mouth of the dying Ajamila, who had certainly chanted without offense because he had chanted in complete anxiety. So at the time of death, if anyone chants the holy name, who will come? Vishnudutas will come. So now Vishnudutas came. Then Yamadutas also there and Vishnudutas. Srila Vishwanath Thakur remarks, Harikirtanam Nishamya Patan Khatam Bhutasya Bharturnama Brutaha. The order carriers of the Lord Vishnu came because Ajamila had chanted the holy name of the Narayana. They didn't consider why he was chanting. Only thing is, there is no, so that means they will not say, oh, he is calling his son, not our master. That is also, they didn't consider. Just they chanted Narayana name and so they came. Ajamila was actually thinking of his son, but simply because they heard Ajamila chanting the Lord's name, the order carriers of Lord Vishnu, the Vishnudutas, immediately came for Ajamila's protection. Harikirtan is actually meant to glorify the holy name, but pastimes and qualities of the Lord. Ajamila, however, didn't glorify the form, qualities, or paraphernalia of the Lord. He simply chanted the holy name. Nevertheless, that chanting was sufficient to cleanse him of all sinful activities. As soon as the Vishnudutas heard their master's name being chanted, they immediately came. So in this regard, Srila Vijayadhvaja Tirtha remarks, Anena putra sneham antarena prachina drashta bhalad udbhutaya bhaktya bhagavannama kirtanam krutam iti. Ajamila chanted the name of Narayana because of his excessive attachment to his son. Nevertheless, because of his vast good fortune in having rendered devotional service to the Narayana, he apparently chanted the holy name in full devotional service and without offense. Actually, you tell me here, Ajamila sins are cleaned because of this last name or before? Huh? Before of this last name, now he chanted because of this, all the sins are destroyed, or before itself? That we'll see before itself. At the time of Namakarana Samskara to his son, at the time itself, all destroyed. Next, see. Vikarshatontar hridaya dasi patimajamilam yama preshan vishnudutaha varayama surujasa. Now there is a fighting now. Yamadutas also there, Vishnudutas also there. Who will take? So immediately these Vishnudutas, very charming and effulgent. So the order carriers of Yamaraj were snatched the soul from the core of the heart of Ajamila, the husband of Rashid. But with resounding voices, the messengers of Lord Vishnu, the Vishnudutas, forbade them to do so. Vishnudutas stopped to not to so snatch out the soul. Then Uchur nishedi tanstanste Vaiswatara purasara Keyuyam pratishedharo dharmarajasya shasanam. Then Yamadutas are saying, when the order carriers of Yamaras, the son of the sun god, were thus forbidden, they replied, who are you, sirs, that have the audacity to challenge the jurisdiction of Yamaraj? So these Yamadutas are saying that, Are, who are all? So you are all stopping Yamaraj's orders. That means you are stopping us to execute Yamaraj's orders. So who are all you? Kasyava kuta ayata kasmadasya nishedata kim deva upadevaya yuyam kim siddha sattama. Dear sirs, whose servants are you? Where have you come from? And why are you forbidding us to touch the body of Ajamila? Are you demigods from the heavenly planets? Are you sub-demigods? Are you the best of the devotees? What? Who are you? Tell me. Next, how these Vishnudutas are looking is explained. Sarve Padmapala Saksha Pita Kausheya Vasasaha Kiritina Kundalino Lasat Pushkara Malina Sarve Cha Nutnavayasa Sarve Cha Ruchaturbujaha Danur Nishangasi Gada Shanka Chakram Bujasriyaha Disho Vitimira Aloka Kurvantasvena Tejasa Kimardam Dharma Palasya Kinkaranno Nishedatha. The order carriers of Amara said, your eyes are just like the petals of lotus flower, dressed in yellow silken garments, decorated with the garlands of lotuses, and wearing very attractive helmets on your heads and earrings on your ears. You all appear fresh and youthful. Your four long arms are decorated with bows and pairs of arrows and with swords, clubs, conch shells, discs, and lotus flowers. Your effulgence has dissipated the darkness of this place with extraordinary illumination. Now, sirs, why are you obstructing us? Then, after that, Sukadeva Goswami, Sukavacha, Ityukte Yamaduta Teva Ityukte Yamaduta Vasudevokta Karinaha Tan Pratyucho Prahasyedam Meganir Hradaya Gira. So Yamadutas asked, who are you? From where you came? So then, Vishnudutas are replying. Sukadeva Goswami continued, being thus addressed by the messengers of Yamaraj, the servants of Vasudeva smiled and spoke the following words. So Vishnudutas said like this, in voices as deep as sound of rumbling chords. See Vishnuduta uchuhu yuyum vai.
7 items is there. 7 items.
Many are there, not one Vishnuduta. Many are there. Some are wearing dhanas, some are wearing the sword, some are wearing the Shanka, Chakra, Gada. 4. So yum vaidharma rajasya yadi nirdesha karinaha bruta dharmasya nastatvam yaccha dharmasya lakshanam. The blessed messengers of Vishnu, the Vishnuduta said, if you are actually servants of Yamaraj, you must explain to us the meaning of religious principles and symptoms of religion. Are kiski aadhar par aap log leke ja rahe hain? On what basis you are all taking this Ajamil to your place? So instead of answering, replying directly, so they are Vishnudutas are asking Yamadutas, why you people are taking him? What basis? Tell me what is dharma. Then Khatam svidriyate dandaha kim vasya sthanam ipsitam dandya kim karinah sarve aho svit katichin runam. What is the process of punishing others? So who are the actual candidates for punishment? Are all karmis engaged in the fruitive activities punishable? Are only some of them? So they were asking, who are punishable? So then Yamadutas has to reply. So Yamadutas are replying that Yamaduta uchuhu Veda pranihito dharmaha yadharmastad viparyaha Vedo narayana sakshat swayambhuriti sushruma. So translation, the Yamadutas reply. So what is dharma? They are saying that which is prescribed in the Vedas constitutes dharma, the religious principles, and the opposite of that is irreligion. The Vedas are directly the supreme personality of Godhead, Narayana, and are self-born. This we have heard from Yamaraj. Their master taught this much. Whatever is prescribed by Vedas, that is dharma. Whatever is against, adharma. If whoever is not doing against, whoever is doing against the Vedas, bring them. And whoever is not doing according to the Vedas, let them leave them. This much only they know. But they don't know Bhagavad Dharma. They know only Varnashrama Dharma. Right and wrong, based upon bodily platform. Yena swadhamnyami bhava rajas sattva tamo maya gunanam kriya rupair vibhavyante yatha tatam. Purports are very easy and simple. You all can read. Okay. Nothing explanation is there actually. In the commentary also is not there. Prabhupada is very lucidly, very easily, nicely explaining. Purports are very manageable. The supreme cause of all causes, Narayana, is situated in his own abode in the spiritual world, but nevertheless he controls the entire cosmic manifestation according to the three modes of material nature, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna. In this way, all living entities are awarded different qualities, different names, such as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, different duties according to the Varna's manifestation and different forms. Thus, Narayana is the cause of the entire cosmic manifestation. Acha, they are not simply saying that what is dharma, but they are also saying how this dharma, that means doing good and bad, is observed by whom, what is the system. System also they are going to explain now. Till now story is clear. Yes. Dasi Putra was a Dasi Pati, Ajamal. So is a Brahmana, was Brahmana sinful, and he is about to leave, and he called Narayana name. Vishnudutas came. Of course, Yamadutas were ready to take him, but they were stopped. And Vishnudutas asked, "What is dharma? Why you are taking?" Then what Yamadutas are saying? Yamadutas are saying many things. They say now. Systems also they explain. What is dharma? They said, and adharma also. Veda pranihito dharma tad viparyaha adharma. Yena swadhamni bhavaha rajas sattva tamo prayaha gunanam kriya rupaihi vibhavyante yatha tata. They know Narayana actually. So they know Narayana. Who is this Narayana? According to them, Veda, Narayana Saksha. Narayana is himself is Veda. Narayana is equal to Veda. Is equal to Swayambhuhu. Swayambhuhu. And Vedas are Swayambhu. That means Lord is exhaling Vedas. So that's why they are manifesting. In this way you can say, so Vedas are Swayambhu. And this Narayana is sitting in his own abode, and through the three modes, he is creating many things. Gunanam kriya rupaihi. सब लोग थोड़ा सो जाइए, आंख बंद करिए सब. Everyone please sleep. Please sleep. Half an hour please sleep. I will finish the chapter. कोई प्रश्न नहीं पूछना है. हैं? Yes. Why not? अरे इसमें कुछ है नहीं एक्चुअली. कुछ है तो मैं रुक जाता हूँ, मैं कभी चलता ही नहीं. So Narayana is sitting in Vaikunta. Swadhamini means Vaikunta. Sitveva ami bhavaha praninaha sankalpa matrena gunaha shantvadaya namani brahman. So because of through three modes, he is creating all these varna and ashramas, and also different forms, different this, that. Next. Suryogni kam maruddevaha soma sandhyahani dishaha kam kuhu swayam dharma iti hyete taihyasya sakshinaha the sun, fire, sky, air, demigods, moon, evening, day, night, directions, water, land, and supreme soul, super soul himself, all witness the activities of living entity. So because dharma, so how do you know whether one person is doing dharma or adharma? So they are saying these are all witness. These are all witness, my dear. Kopi na janatu iti papam. That means one you should. That means they are telling that we have proofs, we have witnesses. This Ajamala did so much sin. That's why we are taking. How can you say? So he should not be taken away by us. Etair dharmo vignataha sthanam dandasya yujyate sarve karmanurodhena dandamarhanti karinaha. What is saying next? So the candidates for punishment are those who are confirmed by these many witnesses to have deviated from their prescribed regulatory duties. So Narayana created all these, so Varnas and Ashramas and duties, and also the Vedas. So then whoever is following the prescribed regulatory duties, so all these are all observed by these witnesses, these sakshis. And whoever is not following according to the regulated life, according to the Vedas, then what? Everyone engaged, then they will take actually. So here it is said that sarve karmanurodhena dandam arhanti karina. Everyone is engaged in a fruitive activity suitably to be subjected to punishment according to his sinful activities. In this whole creation, people are so subjected to different so propensities, that means fruitive activities, and they may do different sins, and they'll be getting the different punishments. Sambhavanti hi bhadrani viparitani chanagaha karinam gunasangosti dehavanna hya karma krut. Oh, inhabitants of Vaikuntha, you are sinless, but those within this middle world are karmis, either according to piously or impiously. Both kinds of action are possible for them because they are contaminated by three modes of nature and must act accordingly. One who has accepted a material body cannot be inactive. So that means they are saying that proof also. Everyone is having material body should be doing some activity. That activity either be good or bad. Only either of this. So that's why every living entity who is having the body is doing the karma according to its nature. So, and without doing the karma, it cannot stay for a second also. Yena yavan yatha dharmo veha samihataha sa eva tatphalam bhunkte tata tavadamutra vai. So, in proportion to the extent of one's religious or illegious actions in this life, one must enjoy or suffer the corresponding reactions of his karma. What they are saying simply, these Yamadutas, oh, dharma is given by the Narayana, and Narayana is controlling everyone with the modes, and according to the modes, everyone is doing some activities. Without doing activities, nobody will be there, and these activities are either dharma or adharma. These are all seen by the different witnesses. That witnesses are there, and so according to that, they will be getting the punishment. It's normal story. All of you know nothing. You don't want to learn so much from the Yamadutas. Yamadutas' philosophy is very simple and straightforward. Do good, then no punishment. Bad, punishment. This much only they know, and that only they are teaching. And don't get surprised so much. So next, Yateha Deva Pravaras. That means whenever the speaker is very powerful, pure devotee, then you will get the content also like that. Who is speaking here? Yamadutas are speaking. Why you have to worry so much? Yamadutas' range is that only. Yateha Deva Pravaras Traividyamupalabhyate Bhuteshu Gunavaichitrya Tathanyatranumiyate. Don't estimate, Yamadutas are very powerful. If they get angry, they will take you. Vipakam, Krimi Bhojanam. Oh, best of demigods, we can see three different varieties of life, which are due to the contamination of the three modes of nature. The living entities are thus known as peaceful, restless, and foolish. Means mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Because of that, some are peaceful, some are restless, some are foolish. As happy, unhappy, or in between, or religious or semi-religious. We can deduce that in the next life, these three kinds of material nature will similarly act. So fundamental philosophy you can see actually in the purports also. Very fundamental philosophy Prabhupada gives actually. Okay. 46 opinion. कहाँ फ्लाइट को लॉन्च करना पड़ेगा, लैंडिंग फॉर रेस्ट, लैंड करना ही नहीं मिडिल. सत्वादि गुणसंग्रह प्रत्यक्षम एव उपलभ्यताम इत्याह. इहलोके त्रैविध्यम पुण्य पाप मिश्र. Okay. Same thing. Actual translation, whatever is there, that is next. It means people are doing according to modes, good, bad, or mixed, or otherwise they are getting the, so happiness or distress are mixed. So like this. See, that means intelligent people, what they do, they are saying that, hey, in this material world, here we are getting the good, bad, and mixed. So in this planet, definitely you will be getting this. In another planet also same. So that's why everything is out of modes. Then in another planets also you'll be getting the same thing, good, bad, and so intermediate, mixed. So that's why you should anumiyate. You can guess. We can deduce, means we can guess in the next life, in the another planets, you will get same thing. So that's why if you do good, then you will get the good result in the next. So next, vartamanonyo kalo guna bhignapako yatha evam janmanyayor yetad dharma nidarshanam. Just as springtime in the present indicates the nature of springtimes in the past and future. So this life of happiness, distress, or mixture of both gives the evidence concerning the religious and irreligious activities of one's past and future lives. So you can understand, you are happy means you are in the previously you did good, and you are suffering means you did bad. So like this, and you are now doing bad means in future you will be getting suffering. Like this, they are just making convincing Vishnu Dutas. So this Ajamel did so many sinful activities, and you should get the punishment in the next life. So that means after leaving this body, you should be going to the hellish planets and he should get the punishment. With that intention, they are speaking this. Manasaiva pure devaha purva rupam vipashyati anumimamsate purvam manasa bhagavan ajaha. The omnipotent Emerald is as good as Lord Brahma, for while situated in his own abode or in everyone's heart like the Paramatma, he mentally observes the past activities of living entity and thus understand how the living entity will act in future lives. So our master, very powerful. Huh? He's sitting in his seat and he's seeing everything. He can understand everything. He's a very powerful master actually. So Antaram, Apurvam, Vartamanam, Bhavirupa, and also he can guess what he is going to get his in future. So that means our Yamaraj is Sarvagnaha. He knows everything. So Yathagnastamasa yukta upaste yuktam evahi naveda purvam aparam nashta janma smriti statha. As a sleeping person acts according to the body manifested in his dream and accepts it to be himself. So one identifies with his present body, so which he acquired because of his past religious or irreligious actions, and is unable to know his past or future lives. So whatever the past you did, based upon you will be getting the body. This is just a karma siddhanta. but you do bhakti, all will gone. So Prabhupada is always writing in that same pattern. Panchabhi kurute swardhan panchavedhata panchabhi ekastu shodashena trin swayam sapta dasho anushnate. Above the five senses of perception, the five working senses and the five objects of the senses is the mind, which is the 16th element. Above the mind is the 17th element, the soul, the living being himself. So how many elements are there total? 17. 17. According to Yamara's philosophy, Yamaduta 17. We have 26. And we learn in that Kapil Gita 28. 28 we learn. So sometimes we say 26. According to these people 17. What are the five senses? Five subtle senses, knowledge senses, five working senses, and five sense objects 15. One is mind, 16, and one is Jivatma. Total 17. Because based upon these, so all these elements, so everyone is acting differently. Kwachi Sukham. So one enjoys material world alone. The living being enjoys three kinds of situation, namely happy, distressful, or and mixed. This Jiva, 17th one Jiva, it is enjoying. Next, Tadedat Sodashakalam Lingam Shakti Trayam Mahata Dattenu Samsrutim Pumsim Harsha Soka Bhaya Tidam Bhayarthidam. The subtle body is endowed with 16 parts. The five knowledge acquiring senses, the five working senses, the five objects of sense gratification, and the mind. The subtle body is an efficient of three modes of material nature. It is composed of insurmountably strong desires, and therefore it causes the living entity to transmigrate from one body to another in human life, animal life, and life as a demigod. When the living entity gets the body of a demigod, he is certainly very jubilant. When he gets a human body, he is always in lamentation. And when he gets the body of an animal, he is always afraid. In all conditions, however, he is actually miserable. His miserable condition is called samsrishti or transmigration in material life. So that means the subtle body is always with the Jivatma, always with the means until the pranaya, Mahapralaya. So this Jivatma is carried with the subtle body. So this Jivatma is getting the body after body, so gross body, based upon the desires which are there in the subtle body. This all you know. So Dehyagno Jita Shadvargo Nechan Karmani Karyate Keshakarayo Atmanam Karmana Chadya Muhyati. The foolish embodied living entity, inept at controlling his senses and mind, is forced to act according to the influence of modes of material nature against his desires. And he is not going to control his mind, then what? He will be acting according to the modes. He is like a silkworm that uses its own saliva to create a cocoon and then becomes trapped in it. So that means uncontrolled mind is the cause for creating your own next life with like a cocoon, silkworm. It is creating its own through saliva as a cocoon, and it is binded by itself. The same way, the living entity traps himself in a network of his own fruitive activities and then can find no way to release himself. Thus, he is always bewildered and repeatedly he dies. This is a karma chakra. Happens. Naikasya kshanamapi jadu tishtatya karma krit karyatah yavasha karma gunaihi sarva swabhavikaihi palat. Not a single living entity can remain unengaged even for a moment. One must act by his natural tendency according to the three modes of material nature, because this material tendency forcefully makes him work in a particular way. So that means finally what he is saying here. So even if for a second you are not allowed to sit ideal, according to the modes, uncontrolled mind, that means modes is taking charge, and according to the nature of the modes, so whatever nature you have, based upon that, you keep on doing the different activities. Labdva nimittam avyaktam vyaktam bhavatyuta yatha yoni yatha bijam swabhavena baliyasa. The fruitive activities a living being performs, whether pious or impious, are the unseen cause for the fulfillment of his desire. This unseen cause is the root for the living entity's different bodies. Because of his intense desire, the living entity takes birth in a particular family and receives body, which is either like that of his mother or like that of his father. The gross and subtle bodies are created according to his desire. Based upon his previous desires, he is getting the different bodies. Wow, 68 are there. Moving along. Okay. एवं प्रकृति संज्ञेन पुरुषस्य विपर्ययः आसीत् स एव न चिरादीश संगाद् विलीयते. Since the living entity is associated with the material nature, he is in an awkward position. What if in the human form of life he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee? This position can be overcome. What they are saying? Explain the Karma Siddhanta expressed by Yamadutas. Write the question. 15 marks. Karma Siddhanta. Verse number, that's when Yamaduta starts from there to here. What they are saying, that means how the karma functions, they said. Because of the modes, they get the nature and they will be behaving and they cannot stay for the second also. It's very simple. All the translations we can understand. It's not a big thing. Explain the Karma Siddhanta expressed by the Yamadutas. Next, Yeshaha Prakriti Sangyena Purushasha Viparyayaha Asit. Saeva na Chirad Isha Sangat Viliyate. Why? That means since the living entity is associated with the material nature, he is in an awkward position. Why this living entity in this awkward position, in this material nature? Because he is, what is the reason? But if in the human form of life, he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead of or his devotees, this person can be overcome. Actually, what is the translation here? The 55. Jivatma is always in association with the Prakriti and getting the different bodies and identifying himself as body. This is happening because what? Because of for the long time he is not at all doing the any. What is that? Isha Sangad Viliyate. This word is important here. Bhakti word is this is. Prakriti Purushayoh Sangabhyam Vanda Moksho Bhavata. They are saying that Jivatma is in this material miserable condition because that is not taking the association of Isha, Supreme Lord. Are they explaining Bhakti here? No, not Bhakti this is. That means according to them, they know there is a Isha is their Supreme Lord. They should associate him. By this, there will be that Jivatma will be saved. Ayam hi sriti sampannaha sela vrutta gunalayaha dritavrato mrudurdantaha satyavang mantra vichuchihi Gurvagnatitidi vruddhanam shushur anahangkrutaha sarvabhuta suhrut sadur mitavagana suyakavaha. Now coming back to our story. So Yamadutas explained all the karma siddhanta. Now they are telling about this Ajamil, what sins he did. So they are explaining now. In the beginning, this Brahmana named Ajamila studied all the Vedic literature. He was a reservoir of good character, good conduct, and good qualities, firmly established in executing all the Vedic injunctions. He was very mild and gentle, and he kept his mind and senses under the control. So fully Shamaha Damaha. Furthermore, he was always truthful. He knew how to chant the Vedic mantras, and he was also very pure. Ajamila was very respectable to the spiritual master, the fire god, guest, and the elderly members of his household. Indeed, he was free from false prestige. He was upright, benevolent to all living entities, and well behaved. He would never speak nonsense or envy anyone. So these are the different characteristics of Ajamil. Ajamil is a good boy. Huh? Key. Balloon. Good boy. Then what happened? Ekada asau vanam yataha pitru sandesha krudvijaha adaya tata avrata palavushpa samit kushan dadarsha kaminam kanchit sudram saha bhujishya pitvacha madumereyam madal ghurnita netraya mattaya vishlatha nivya vyapetam nirapatrapam kridantam anugayantam asantam anayantike. Once this Brahmana Ajamila, following the order of his father, went to the forest to collect fruit, flowers, and two kinds of grass called Samit and Kusha. On the way home, he came upon a Sudra, a very lusty fourth-class man who was shamelessly embracing and kissing a prostitute. The Sudra was smiling and singing and enjoying as if this were proper behavior. Both the Sudra and the prostitute were drunk. The prostitute's eyes were rolling in intoxication, and her dress had become loose. Such was the condition. Such was the condition in which Ajamila saw them. So some bushes are there. So he hold these all the sticks, wooden sticks, Ajamila carrying on his head, and also the different samidas, means grass and fruits, something in the bag, and going. And in that bushes nearby, so one Sudrani, prostitute, and also one Sudra, they were having sex, actually, intercourse. And he was laughing, she is also laughing, and it's going on. By this, what happened to Ajamil? Acha, any commentary, no commentaries. Our acharyas didn't speak anything. Prabhupada is writing so much. You all know what Prabhupada is writing here. Ajamila, who was a perfect brahmachari, was affected. Long ago, when he saw the scene of a drunken Sudra and prostitute, Ajamila, who was perfect brahmachari, so was affected. Nowadays, such a sin is visible in so many places, and we must consider the position of the brahmachari student who sees such a behavior. For such a brahmachari to remain steady is very difficult unless he is extremely strong in following 4 regs. Brahmachari's class today. This is a class for brahmacharis. Brahmachari is not so easy. Nevertheless, if one takes to Krishna consciousness very seriously, if you are serious in Krishna consciousness, then you will be saved. Otherwise, Lunjupunj devotion means Maya will enjoy you. Maya will do enjoyment with you. Yes. So, nevertheless, if one takes the Krishna consciousness very seriously, he can withstand the provocations created by sin. In our Krishna conscious movement, we prohibit illicit sex, intoxication, meditating, and gambling. In Kali Yuga, a drunk, half-naked woman embracing a drunk man is very common sight, especially in Western countries. Prabhupada, it is there in everywhere now. In every mobile, it is there. Maybe Prabhupada not knowing now. YouTube and these things, he couldn't have. So he didn't see now all this. I am telling to Prabhupada actually. So lines should be corrected here. Everywhere, not only Western countries, even in everywhere actually. Yes. And restraining oneself after seeing such a things is very difficult. Nevertheless, if by the grace of Krishna one adheres to the regulative principles and chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra. See, Ajamila's qualities you saw, very, very nice qualities. That means he is practicing all the Gnana sadhanas. By the Gnana sadhanas, you cannot control your mental urges. Only by the bhakti. Only by bhakti only you can stop. So by having a good life, that means a nice brahmachari life he was leading. Brahmachari life is not sufficient to overcome this Maya. Only what is needed? Devotion, Krishna consciousness is needed. If Krishna consciousness is there, even Grihastha also will be perfect. And but Krishna consciousness is not there, brahmachari also only following the so-called regulative principles will be temporary only. So it will be, he will be kicked by the Maya. Nevertheless, if by the grace of Krishna one adheres to the regulative principles and chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna will certainly protect him. Who will protect? Krishna will protect, not yourself. Yourself you cannot protect. If Gnani is there, that's why they are always fearful because they don't have any protection. Gnani's case. Indeed, Krishna says that his devotees is never vanquish. Kaunte pradijani name bhakta pranashyati. Therefore, all the disciples practicing Krishna consciousness should obediently follow the regulative principles and remain fixed in chanting the holy name of the Lord. Chanting, you should not stop. Don't stop. If you stop chanting, means you are out. You are out from the game. Clean bowled. Okay. So then then need to be no fear. Otherwise, one's position is very dangerous, especially in this Kali Yuga, very dangerous. Next, Drashtvatam kamaliptena bahuna parirambitham jagama hruchayavasham sahasaiva vimohitaha. The Sudra, his arm decorated with turmeric powder, was embracing the prostitute. When Ajamila saw her, the dormant lusty desires in his heart awakened, and in illusion he fell under their control. So because unless if you do bhakti and you are purified completely, then there will be no material desires. Otherwise, everyone is having material desire. All practitioners. Can you say I am completely purified? No, don't say it. Otherwise, you might have purified by practicing full of devotion. That is possible. But dormant, some unclean. After another nivritti only, everything will be over. All this. But that's Sukrutota, Dushkrutota, Anarthas. Sinful desires will be finished after another nivritti. Completely. So it is said that if one's body is smeared with turmeric, it attracts the lusty desires of opposite sex. And this is a clue for the enjoyers. When you want to enjoy, note this point, Your Honor. So that's why in the marriages, they use so much haldi. Into the body, they will smear the whole body, the haldi. The word Kamaliptena indicates that the Sudra was decorated with the turmeric smeared on his body. Next, Stambhayanatmanatmanam yavat sattam yatha srutam na shashaka samadhatum mano madana vepitam. Not able to control. As far that is, he's watching, they were doing sex, both and he is watching. As far as possible, he patiently tried to remember the instructions of Shastras, not even to see a woman, with the help of this knowledge and his intellect. He tried to control his lusty desires, but because of the force of Cupid within his heart, he failed to control his mind. So he tried to control his mind using the knowledge. He read all the Vedas. He knows what is right and wrong, but he doesn't have any devotion. And such a gentle brahmachari, Ajamil. So try. That means, no, it's wrong. I should not see. I'm brahmachari. I should go further. Move forward. No, no, no. Aur thoda dekho. So he was attracted and he was watching fully. Sound is coming. He could have understood, and without seeing, he could have gone. But thoda sa dekho. But he's meant, no, 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 no. Mind is saying no, but no, no, no. Dekho. Both duality was going on. He's trying to do fight with against this Maya through the knowledge. But his knowledge, the sword of knowledge, is not having the sharpness. It's a blunt, blunt knife. So then nothing worked. So that's why you should understand that this is also one of the proof. Gnana, knowledge cannot help you to cross over the Maya. So that you have to establish through this incident actually. Okay. So Prabhupada is writing, unless one is very strong in knowledge, patience, and proper bodily, mental, and intellectual behavior, controlling one's lust desires is extremely difficult. As after seeing a man embracing a young woman, and practically doing everything required for sex life, even a fully qualified Brahmana, as described above, couldn't control his lusty desires and restrain himself from pursuing them. So lusty desires you cannot control without bhakti. It's impossible. No good Brahman also can control his lusty desires. Because of the force of materialistic life, to maintain self-control is extremely difficult unless one is specifically under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service. Okay, this is a one point. So Ajamil's case you can take. You see the qualities of the Ajamil, how he is already Swadhyaya did and all the Vedas, doing the nice cleanly life, all the good qualities he is having. The Vritavartaha, controlled mind, Shamaha, Damaha, Satyavak, Mantravit, Shuchaha. He is paying obeisance to gurus, elderly people, doing the service to every Sarva Bhuta Suhrut. That means he is well-wisher of all the living entities. And all these qualities are there. Very good qualities are there in the Ajamil. But still he is not able to control actually. So that's why we have culture this. Many times very, very good devotees and good people also fall victim of this Maya. Because of they are not so perfect in the bhakti, they are not fully absorbed in the bhakti, not doing the so properly bhakti, and but they are very good people, but Maya will attack and smash. It might have happened in your before coming to the bhakti life, this kind of things. Everyone might have experience of this. So this is the attraction of the Maya. So then what we should do? Tannimitta smara vyajagra hagrasto vichetana tameva manasajnayan swadharma viraramaha. In the same way that the sun and moon are eclipsed by a low planet, the Brahmana lost all his good sense. Like sun and moon, some Rahu Ketu are eclipse. They are covering. Na? Like this Brahmana's good qualities are now completely covered by what? This lusty desire. Taking advantage of this situation, he always thought of prostitute, and within a short time he took her as a servant in his house and abandoned all the regulative principles of a Brahmana. अरे घर भी लेके गए क्या? I didn't remember actually from where he took to house also. Oh my God. It's not there in the commentary from where it is written. After that, marrying he will be. No. First of all, you should leave parents, everything. It's still story is there. Marrying will be later. Servant in his house and abandoned all the regulative principles. Taking advantage. Okay. So, what happened? Tan nimitta smara vyajagra. That means because being all the time. So while coming back from the house, that's from the forest, he keep on meditating, that only. That whole picture is all the time is rotating in his mind. Then what happened is very, so that's why he said, Tan nimitta smara vyajagra. Vyajagraha krastah vichetanaha. Because of remembering, his intelligence is completely is built now. Tameva manasadhyayan. Swa dharmat virarama. So he keep on remembering her, and all in the house also is not doing whatever duties he should do. Father is saying that bring that water. Then he is bringing some, instead of water, maybe some oil. His mind is not functioning because all the time he is Swadharmat Virarama, means whatever his regular duties, everything he stopped. By speaking this verse, Sukadeva Goswami wants to impress upon the mind of the reader that Yajamal's exalted position as a Brahmana was vanquished by his association with prostitute, so much so that he forgot all his Brahmanical activities. Nevertheless, at the end of his life, by chanting the 4 syllables of the name Narayana, he was saved from gravest danger of falling down. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. That means just by gnana sadhanas, by practicing gnana sadhanas, they will not save you. Only but bhakti, little bhakti can save you. This is the glory of the bhakti you should understand from this story. Devotional service which begins with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is so powerful that even if one falls down from the exalted position of a Brahmana through sexual indulgence, he can be saved from all calamities if he somehow or other chants the holy name of the Lord. This is the extraordinary power of the Lord's holy name. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, that's why even one is so a sinful person, if he chants holy name, he is now apiche suduracharo bhajate ma mananebak saudhiryo mantav. But on the strength of the sin, that means cleaning with the bhakti, you can clean the sins and you are keep on doing, then it is offense actually. So 7th offense. This is the extraordinary power of the Lord's holy name. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is advised that one not forget the chanting of the holy name even for a momentum. Satatam kirtyanto mam yatant. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata. So all the time. ये तो बहुत 24 hours all the time satatam. This has to come. There are so many dangers in this material world that one may fall down from an exalted position at any time. At any time you will fall down. Be careful. At any time. At if one keeps himself always pure and steady by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, he will be safe without a doubt. Always pure and steady. If you chant always holy, then only bachega tum. Then only you'll be saved. Otherwise, out. Next, tameva toshayamasa pitrenarthena yavata gramyaihi manoramaihi kamaihi prasideta yata tata. The Sajamila began spending whatever money he had inherited from his father to satisfy the prostitute with various material presentations so that she would remain pleased with him. He gave up all his Brahmanical activities to satisfy the prostitute. Whatever from father Daya, that means the portion he is getting, his portion. He brought everything with him and he gave to this prostitute. Have enjoyment. There are many instances throughout the world in which even a purified person being attracted by prostitutes spend all the money he has inherited. Big kings in the trap of prostitute lost all the kingdoms and wealth. So many examples are there. Prostitute hunting is so abominable that the desire for sex with a prostitute can ruin one's character, destroy one's exalted position, and plunder all one's money. Therefore, illicit sex is strictly prohibited. And don't have illegal connections. If anyone have even family life, so it's not that the many times, so people may not happy with their own wives, and they start having the illegal connections, and then that's their family is completely finished at one time. Definitely there is. One should be satisfied with his married wife. So there is no, as लड्डू जो नहीं खाएगा वो भी पचता रहेगा, जो खाएगा वो भी पचेगा. By one wife, definitely one may not happy, because every day one wife, what is this, boring, like that they feel, but still they should be pleased with that wife. And here, if you don't have, they also should be pleased by practicing bhakti. Solution is only one, becoming Krishna consciousness. There is no other. Even you will not be happy just by one wife. So then also your mind will be hankering, oh, maybe that person, let me have sex with that person, this person, like that. So everyone will get it. It's common actually. That's natural. So then what is the solution? There also Krishna consciousness only the solution. Even don't have, then also Krishna consciousness only is the solution. So that's why ultimately, what is that? One should be satisfied with his married wife, for even a slight deviation will create havoc. A Krishna consciousness grihastha should always remember this. Krishna conscious grihastha should always remember this. It's not that the marriage is a license and I can speak with any woman, Mataji, and you can show that I am grihastha, you know. You should follow life like brahmachari only. You speak, you should not handle Mataji's rough. If you handle Mataji's roughly means ekdam license gaya to ho gaya to mil gaya to, then you start speaking and handling, having the Mataji meeting and sitting in between, and all the coming in circle, and you are surrounded by Matajis and doing meetings. So we have seen such exalted situations sometimes. So we saw. So then what will happen? Then your mind will cheat. You'll get attraction for others. Then your family life will be finished. Woman can easily identify. If you are going with others, she can easily identify. That kind of sense they have actually. That is their ability actually. This is. If a man is having the attraction for a woman, she can identify within very easily actually. Then havoc in the family. Finish. There is no trust. Without trust, family life is burst. Completely broken. He should always be satisfied with one wife and be peaceful simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Otherwise, at any moment, he may fall down from his position, and as exemplified in the case of Ajamil. Next, Vipram Sabharyam Apraudham Kule Mahati Lambitam Vesasarja Chirat Papaha Swairinya Panga Viddhadihi. See, because his intelligence was pierced by the lustful glance of the prostitute, the victimized Brahmana Ajamila engaged with sinful acts in her association. He even gave up company of his very beautiful young wife, who came from a very respectable Brahmana family. See, he is having a wife also. It's not that he is alone. Brahmachari means he's following under his father, Brahmachari life. But he's having a very young, beautiful wife. But he is attracted to this Sudrani, this prostitute. So lustful glances. Because he saw in a lusty way, so that's why. So victimized by Brahmana Ajamila engaged. So customarily, everyone is eligible in to inherit his father's property, and Ajamila also inherited the money of his father. But did he do what? So, but what did he do with the money? Instead of engaging the money in the service of Krishna, he engaged it in the service of prostitute. Therefore, he was condemned and was punished by Yamaraj. How did this happen? He was victimized by the dangerous lustful glance of. That's why these Yamadutas are very much. Who is telling the story? Actually, Yamadutas. Yamadutas are very much. That means ready to let him take and give the sufficient punishment. He did what he wrong things actually, completely against the Vedic life, and he should be taken to the hellish planets and give all the different types of punishments. Yatastataschopananye nyayato dhanam babharasyaha kutumbinyah kutumbam mandadhirayam. Although the born of Brahmana family, this rascal, Prabhupada is rascal is saying. अच्छा कमेंट्री देखिए एक बार रास्कल कहाँ से आया एक मिनट now in the western countries and also in the metropolitan cities the whole culture is completely finished so many diverse rate is increased like anything every day increasing rate is increasing अच्छा where is this rascal word अच्छा okay anyway this rascal bereft of intelligence because of the prostitutes association earned money somehow or other regardless of whether properly or improperly and used it to maintain the prostitutes sons and daughters. Prostitutes sons and daughters means some are his and some are others because she is a prostitute and he is working hard every day stealing robbery and also old parents their wealth also he brought here and he left over that young wife. He doesn't have any compassion. All his compassion, all his mercy, everything. There was Sarva Bhuta Suhrut. He was compassionate to all the living entities previously. When the lust is hunted him, so when lust hunted him, then all that gone. All good qualities are out. Finished. He's not having any compassion for his parents and wife, nothing. And also stealing and robbery, killing the people, murdering. Only lust is very powerful. Last. Yadasau Shastram Ullangya Swairacharyati Garhitaha Avartata Charam Kalam Aghayur Asuchir Malat. This Brahmana irresponsibly spent his long lifetime transgressing all the rules and regulations of the Holy Scripture, living extravagantly and eating food prepared by a prostitute. Therefore, he is full of sins and he is unclean and addicted to forbidden activities. Food prepared by an unclean, sinful man or woman, especially a prostitute, is extremely infectious. If you eat food prepared by a prostitute, then you will also get the same desires. Chaitanya will enter. Ajamil ate such food, then he has become more lusty. He's boosting. His lust is boosted by that prostitute's food. Tatayenam dandapanehi sakasham krutakilbhasham neshamo krutanirvesham yatadandena shudyati. No, this man Ajamila didn't undergo atonement. Therefore, because of his sinful life, we must take him into the presence of Yamaraj for punishment. There, according to the extent of his sinful acts, he will be punished and thus purified. So ले जाके पीटेंगे तब सही हो जाएगा. That is this is the philosophy of Yamadutas. They are seeing only this, but they don't know what is the value of bhakti. Bhakti Mahima, they don't know. Like they are in the kindergarten actually, in the Karmi level. So now the Vishnu Dutas had forbidden the Yamadutas to take Ajamila to Yamaraj. And therefore, the Yamadutas explained that taking such a man to Yamaraj was appropriate. Since Ajamila had not undergone atonement for his sinful acts, he was to be taken to Yamaraj to be purified. When a man commits murder, he becomes sinful, and therefore he also must be killed. So that means Yamaraj, so Yamadutas, they are so removing the sin through the what? Through the karma. The punishment, it is a karma. So this is not the best technique. Already we discussed in the beginning itself. Atonements and these are all. They are expecting atonement since he didn't do atonement. So that's why they want to give punishment. Through that punishment also you can reduce the sin. Similarly, punishment by Yamaras is a process of purification for the most abominable sinful persons. Therefore, the Yamadusas requested Vishnu not to obstruct their taking Ajamila to Yamaraj. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the 6th canto, first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The History of the Life of Ajamila. Okay, thank you very much. We ended so we went in the flight. we flew in flight. Okay, any questions, anything more? Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss very important, tomorrow's class. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So we'll be studying the 11th sloka, is very important sloka. 11th or 11th sloka in this second chapter. Big commentary is there, and we'll analyze the whole story again in that. Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.